The week leading up to the installation of my new sheet metal was a very big week. I wanted to make sure I was as organized and prepared as possible on that day, because it was a big day. I started by organizing all my sheet metal. I had ordered it about 2 months ago, and I wanted to measure and make sure I got everything that I ordered, and I wanted to organize it to make sure that we put it in the right place. I also wanted to clean up the big scrap metal pile that I had been collecting, because it was kind of in the way of where we needed the ladders for the installation of the sheet metal.
So today's the first day, first of all, that I'm wearing pants in the bus because it was only 48 degrees this morning. Tomorrow's the day that we put the sheet metal in. And I will be honest, I'm a little nervous because it's the first day that I'm inviting people to come and help me. And in my head, everybody's probably going to be thinking, this is a stupid project, she's done this all wrong, she doesn't have the right supplies. The people that I'm inviting would never say that, but this is what I go through in my head, that I feel like I'm an idiot most days. So it's the first time that I'm inviting somebody else into this project and to see their reactions to it. I know it'll go fine, and I'm excited for the project. I'm really excited for the project because once that's done, this whole bus is going to look completely different. And I'm really excited about it. So today, the final thing that I need to do, though, is use the rivet gun because I've never used it. My cousin Tom showed me how to do it, but I've never done it myself. So that's what we're going to do first today, is use the rivet gun, and we'll see how it goes.
I saved some pieces of metal for my scrap pile because I knew I wanted to practice with this rivet gun. I wanted to make sure that the metal slid into the slot just right. I wanted to make sure that I had the correct drill bit size, and I wanted to make sure that the rivets fit in the holes I just drilled.
So one of the things on my list to do today in preparation for tomorrow is I'm going to lay out my pieces of metal out here underneath and on the side of the bus because I have them all already pre-measured where they go, the specific sizes, because it's not all the same. So I'm going to get this laid out that way. I think tomorrow we can just pull it and put them right up and we don't have to go searching for the right size. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think I might be done for the day. I think I've got everything marked off my list. Now I'm just gonna work on putting the tarp on the floor. It's not supposed to rain, but it's been really dewy in the morning and it drips from the ceiling, so that's why I've been covering the floor so much. So I'm gonna work on covering the floor. It's finally not so windy, so that's great. So I guess tomorrow's it. Today, look, it's the last time you're gonna see the bus with all the windows out, because after tomorrow it's going to be all boxed in, which is going to be completely different. I'm excited for it to happen. So it was a long day. I did lots of stuff in preparation for tomorrow. So I've got some people coming to help me, and we're going to have chili. It's really kind of cold today. It was only in the 50s. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 60 something. So it'll be nice and cool at least. It's not going to be 110 degrees, so that'll be nice as long as it's not windy. So I feel like this is the first big event in the bus where I'm like hosting even a meal. So I'm excited. I'm glad you guys can share it with me. Okay, I think I've got everything pretty much in order. I've got this table all laid out. Everything I think we're gonna need. This is all my rivets, several hundred of them. Drill bits, deburr, tips, all of these things that are gonna help the metal go in. So I think I've got my bases covered. Let me show you inside. It hasn't been this clean in a while because it normally has stuff sitting everywhere. But right now, all the tarps are gone. Everything is gone except for one little stool. So now I'm just waiting. And I do have donuts for everybody, so I'm gonna go grab those. I'll be here in about 15 minutes or so, and we will get going.
The one thing I did forget to put out on my little supply table was a first aid kit, or at least some band-aids, because yes, there was a little bit of bloodshed. Not much, but I really should have thought of that. I feel like I pretty much won the lottery with the family that I was born into. For one reason, because every one of them are absolutely amazing. And two, they made this look easy. After about the second piece of sheet metal that they installed, it went so smooth. Granted, there were a couple pieces that gave them a little bit of an issue with going in, but in all honesty, they got the sheet metal on both sides of the bus completed in 3 hours. So by noon, we were completely done.
Well, it's done. Well, the metal's up, I should say. You can see that whole side, all the metal. The other side's done too. And what I have left right now is we drilled holes all in the side, and I'm going back and putting rivets on some of it right now. So that's what I'm working on. I'm getting rivets in the holes so that it's watertight.
My goal, while I had help, was to get the sheet metal installed and get at least a few rivets in to hold it in place, and then I would go back later and drill more holes and finish the riveting. So, a very special shout out to my siblings, my brother-in-law, and my dad. This project would have never happened without you.
So if you've been watching my videos on Facebook, Instagram, and my short videos on YouTube, you know that my rivet gun broke. And today, I got a new one in the mail, a day early. So today it's all about drilling and drilling and drilling, and I'm gonna finish up putting the rest of these rivets in. Okay, I've got all the holes drilled that I need. Now I'm going back and using my deburr bit to get all the little shavings off so that whenever I put the rivet in, it'll hold really tight. So it's time for lights. You can see it's obviously darker in here. So I've got a string of lights that we're gonna use later outside. So I'm just gonna zip tie them. We'll see if it works. I'm just gonna zip tie them in these holes that are in this rib right here and see if it holds, but it'll give us, I think, some more light. So here we go.